This is way better than we thought, as a ESPN betting expert has the Chicago Bulls winning over the Vegas predicted win total. Hi, I'm Shaq Barnes here. Another great episode of Bulls Digest, the number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls. I also noticed that 67% of you guys have been watching the channel and have not subscribed. Treat it like the Bulls intro and run right through that subscribe button. You know, I like to do, when I do my videos, I don't like to waste your guys' time. Let's get right into the news. Better expect the Bulls to exceed projected win total of 32.5. I guess Vegas has the Chicago Bulls only winning 32 games this season. With the East being as open as it is kind of crazy to believe. But Doug Kezirian, ESPN betting expert, has the Bulls actually winning over that 32 win total. Now, the real question is to my man, which I'm gonna break down later in the video after we go through the things that he has said, was like, is that a good or a bad thing with how this current Chicago Bulls roster is set? Yes, the East is wide open. Can we 100% guarantee that the Chicago Bulls can be a playoff team? Can we 100% that the Bulls can avoid the play in, which we've been stuck in mediocrity, if they try to go for it? Or would it be better for Chicago Bulls just take the season, get a high draft pick, and then add better talent around this team? That's the question I want you guys to answer in the comment section below too. But I digress. Let's go ahead and get right into this video. But that is the question that really needs to be answered, if I say from the Chicago Bulls point of perspective. But the Bulls finished last season 39 to 49 for the second consecutive season. So that's over the rate. In 22-23, we finished over 40 games, 40-ish games. So we have always hit the mark on this number. And we always get to the same spot to, play the Miami Heat in the play-in and lose. So I would say, me personally, I would definitely want to avoid the play-in, if you know what I'm saying. But ESPN betting expert Doug Kezirian, for his reasoning for picking the Bulls to go over the 32, I would definitely see that being a part of the reason why we have always hit that number of that point. But his reasoning was this. He had a quote. He said, another important thing to consider is that the Bulls have shown a willingness to be mediocre and avoid tanking. They might be able to finish the season strong if they maintain the earnest effort to win, while many other teams are in full tank mode. And me seeing that, I instantly took it as that we're going to start the season slow. And as we start the season slow, we're going to catch fire at the end just so Jerry Reinsdorf can be happy when we hit our, the 41 and 41 where he wants to be. He wants to be mediocre. And that has been the running joke of the Chicago Bulls for a while now. Even also in this episode, Kaizen even talked about the Lonzo Ball and Evan Okoro. He said, I don't envision significant regression, Kaiser said, given that the young core of Josh Giddey, Kobe White, and Buzelis have all reached another level and should continue that trajectory. But despite the general on-court steep downgrade from Lonzo Ball to for Isaac Okoro. Isaac Okoro was obviously traded to the Chicago Bulls this offseason for Lonzo Ball. And he said he is a way much worse player overall, said Isaac Okoro over Lonzo Ball. Which is, pretty much kind of true, or maybe we could find a hidden gem in Isaac Okoro that we didn't get with Lonzo Ball. Also, Lonzo Ball is part of that big three era that we tried to put together. It didn't really work out. So when you see that, maybe that could make a difference. Or we could find a hidden gem in Isaac Okoro, and he could be this guy down there, our defender that we've been looking for, what we wanted Patrick Williams to be. Because sometimes you do need to go to a new place, get a new opportunity, and maybe you can arise to a better situation. But the main thing that Doug said that stuck to me was that avoid tanking. And that to me feels like we don't want to be great. We don't want to be spending money to be great because it costs to win now in the NBA. or you have to take a long, good planned out, or you have to tank. And the Bulls don't want to do either. Well, I say ownership, they have shown that they don't want to. They have been okay with being mediocre, and I do think that it's been the main problem of the Chicago Bulls. And then, if you ever had another reason to be concerned, go back into media day when AK had said this. He said, "At the end of the day, our ultimate goal is to win a championship, but we're in a position where we have to focus on our growth and what we done well last year and what we need to do this year," AK said. And when you look at that, I'm still taking it from the point is that you can't say we want to grow and then you have Billy Donovan not playing Montes Buzelis to half of the season, and then we finally realize we have a star. Because if we worry about growth, Noa Essengue should be playing a good minutes off the bat because we worried about growth, not winning. But then you have Billy Donovan come up and saying, "Hey, Kevin Huerter should start, or these guys should start." You know what I'm saying? If we worried about growth, we need to let our young guys play. And then we might be losing, that's okay. But we know we grow into the future. So that's what I'm saying. It's two different things that's going on because you have one side saying, let's worry about our growth. We want to win a championship. The other side is pretty much trying to win. And you know what that leads to? Us being mediocre every time. And the main problem that everybody in the Chicago Bulls fandom or anybody who rock with the Chicago Bulls saying that we don't have a direction. And it still has been the same problem that we don't have a direction. Now, for me, when I look at this young group, it's a young core where we can actually make some noise in the Eastern Conference because the Eastern Conference is wide open. This is a very young, good core. I think we should go into this season as make or break. You got Patrick Williams getting paid over $90 million, and he didn't live up to his contract. We got also possible trade talks with Walker Kessler, who could fit perfectly with the Chicago Bulls team. We can get rid of Nikola Vucevic. I think this year is don't worry about the win total. Honestly, I think we should tank, if I'm being honest with you. I think we should tank, because even if we fight for a playoff spot, I think we still going to land in that play-in spot, even with the East being as open as it is. But let's just play devil's advocate. Let's say we get out of the play-in spot and actually get a play-in seed, lower play-in seed 4, 5. How far do you really think we can go? Would you be happy with one playoff win? Would you be happy with that? Because I don't see us winning a series against no top team, and I'm just being honest. We just not there yet. I think if I had to predict the total of what I want to see from this season, I want us to tank, and I want all the young players to play. It's make or break. If you want to be a part of this team future, if you want to be a part of the Chicago Bulls when we get to the point of being a competitive championship team, let's see who can play. And let everybody play. Obviously, Montes Buzelis, and we should be transitioning Montes Buzelis into that star role during this time too. But let's see who can play. Let's see who wants it. If you cannot make a break, get him up out of here. Vucevic should be off the roster by now. I think you need to figure out what you want to do with Kobe White because the contract is going to be up and you're going to have to pay Kobe White. And if you don't want to pay Kobe White at this point in time, then you have to move on. You have to move on from Kobe White and actually trade him. That's it. And then when you do that, I think you'll be perfectly fine. But let me know what you guys think about that. What would be a good projection for you guys for the Chicago Bulls? I've been Shaq Barnes, SB Talk Sports, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.